Shalom and welcome to Jewels of Judaism. This week's Torah portion is called Toldot, and it's found in Genesis chapters 25 to 28. Now, in this week's Torah portion, we read about the first birth of twins in the Bible. Jacob and Esau were born to their parents, Isaac and Rebekah. Now, you would think, like any good parents, Isaac and Rebekah loved both of their sons equally. However, this was not the case. We read in Genesis chapter 25, verse 28. Now Isaac loved Esau because he had a taste for gain, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Isaac loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Not only this, but we also read later in the prophets how God himself preferred one of the sons above the other. We read in Malachi chapter 1, verses 1 to 3. The oracle of the word of the Lord to Israel through Malachi. I have loved you, says the Lord, but you say, how have you loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, declares the Lord? Yet I have loved Jacob, but I have hated Esau. So not only did Rebekah choose to love Jacob over Esau, but God himself chose to love Jacob over Esau. And it also says that God hated Esau. Now, how can this be? Doesn't God love everyone? On what basis does God choose to love one person and reject another? I must admit that these questions are difficult to answer. However, the New Testament directly addresses this subject of God loving Jacob and hating Esau in the book of Romans, chapter 9. And I want to read a few verses from Romans 9, verses 14 and 16. It says this, what shall we say then? There is no injustice with God, is there? May it never be. For he says to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I have compassion. So then it does not depend on the man who wills or the man who runs, but on God who has mercy. The bottom line is that it's God's choice to love one and to reject another, based on his mercy. God's love for Jacob and his rejection of Esau is a sovereign expression of God's justice and mercy in action. God's love for Jacob and the nation of Israel was exclusive. We often think of love in a utopian manner that is all-inclusive without any exclusivity. However, this is not the case. The concept of love demands an expression of rejection. Love demands a reality of rejection. Just like holiness demands an understanding of sinfulness, so does love demand an understanding of rejection. God's love for Jacob and his rejection of Esau teaches us about the exclusivity of God's love. I've given you a very brief commentary on this week's Torah portion, and I want to invite you to read my full commentary on my website, jewelsofjudaism.com, under the title, God's Exclusive Love. Thank you for watching, and Shabbat Shalom.